Welcome back to Secret Weapons for Game Design. So far in this series, we've pointed to the importance of understanding and incorporating the audience's, or the player's, point of view when building a digital game or interactive entertainment experience. We've already established one of the main reasons why this matters, so game designers can minimize the risk of players not seeing the game as they do, and their game falling flat with audiences as a result. But the field of game design involves a lot of creativity, imagination, storytelling, and innovation. This can lead some creatively minded game development teams to ask, why? Why do I need user-centered design and user research? And specifically, doesn't user research and testing with audiences create a conflict with what I, as the designer, want to build? Or won't asking for feedback from random people hold me back in my ideas? And won't feedback from the public just force me to reduce my creative ideas down to something bland, common, and predictable? The answer to these questions is a resounding no. Absolutely not. And here are just a few of the reasons why. Art is not the same as design, and any interactive game experience includes both. Game industry veteran Wright Bagwell recently pointed out that it is crucial for folks in the games industry to be able to distinguish the difference between art and design. Broadly put, art is a meaningful expression of an idea, feeling, or concept. This can be a very personal expression, reflecting a specific point of view. As a team building a creative product, there is no question that the art of a game is yours. Art is at the crux of the creative and emotional power behind games, and it is most certainly the game's designers and artists to craft and protect. But design, also an important part of games, is a little different. In a very general way, you can think of design as the application of the design team's art for people to enjoy. It is the art made real and usable. Any interactive media or game will need to incorporate aspects of both art and design. You'll need to make sure that your design can practically apply to people and that it's accessible to them, so they can experience the emotional impact of the creative endeavor, the art of your game, if you will. If, as a creator, you've heard a phrase along the lines of, just follow your vision and ignore feedback from everyone else, well, this philosophy will only get you half of the way to a successful interactive entertainment product. Yes, creative vision is at the core of a compelling experience, but you will need to make sure that your players are actually able to access, see, and feel the impact of your creative vision. You need to make sure that your players can actually get it, that they get your creative vision and intent, so you'll need to talk to them and find out. And games are interactive, as opposed to traditional cinema, for example, where the audience members submit passively to enjoy a story that is already fully formed and finalized. With digital games, the script is more determined by the player or players. It's flexible and changes constantly, and no one wants to play games that are frustrating and hard to use. Games also facilitate social interaction. As a designer, you have to make sure that people can interact with your game and each other while playing it. Sometimes the social interaction happens within the game, and sometimes it happens outside of the game. User research techniques will help you identify how players play your game together. As we've mentioned previously, games are no longer only narrative arcs with a finite number of play hours. Games are large sandboxes, spaces, and places where users generate content to express themselves and share what they've created with others. For all these reasons and more, effective game designers incorporate user-centered design and research practices to confirm that players are able to discover, access, and interact with the game elements and functions, and get the creative intent of the designers. Confirm that multiple players are able to effectively interact with their game and each other. And understand the ways that players want to play and express themselves within these spaces and how they expect to do it. In summary, user-centered design and research methods are not the enemy of creative interactive experiences like games. Instead, they are critical partners, bolstering one another to ensure that the creative intent of a game or experience is delivered and a success with players and audiences.